Hey guys, welcome to another reading vlog. It is Saturday morning. Sean is off at a job fair and I'm just hanging out here in my sewing room with this, my lady friend back here menacing me over my shoulder a little bit, right? But I'm going to tell you about the two books that I'm planning to read for this vlog. And the first one is Harrow the Ninth, which I think you can kind of see there, maybe. Harrow the Ninth is the sequel to Gideon the Ninth, and I'm currently 43% of the way into the book. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to include this in my vlog because the first part of it was a little bit of a struggle. Let me explain. So Harrow the Ninth starts out, if you've read the first book, so I read Gideon the Ninth in February, so only 2 months ago. But then I started out and it was like, nothing that I remembered from the first book was true anymore in this one. And I was like, did I forget everything that happened in this book already? But I don't think I did. I think it is on purpose. I think there are plot reasons. I think the main character is really struggling with some mental things. And also there's some other maybe trickery going on. I actually don't know. But for the first 30%, I was completely confused. And then after that, it started getting better. Now, especially getting over the 40% mark, it is really starting to click for me. I still don't know what's going on. I had to look reviews up to see how far into the book am I going to go before this stuff gets revealed. And most people said 70%. So I've still got another 25% before I feel like things start making more sense. But that's all right because Tamsin Moore's writing is just amazing. Her world building is great. I don't understand what's going on, but I am having a good time. I do miss Gideon, so I'm hoping that that is something that we're going to maybe somehow get some of Gideon's POV. The book is currently written mostly in the second person, which again, I feel like is probably a plot choice and not just random. I feel like writing in the second person now. Second person, not my favorite, but it's all right if it's for a plot reason. I have strong feelings about the tenses that things should be in, by the way. Maybe I'll talk about that at some point. But okay, so I am hoping to finish this. I might finish it today. I don't know. We'll see how much time I have. We are going to go eat whenever Sean gets done. And then I have to do a lot of chores. I need to go to the grocery because I didn't have time to do anything this week. Did not cook at home. For the most part, just ate a lot of really unhealthy food, and I feel like I need to get back on the cooking for myself train. But then after I finish this, I am hoping that I'm going to be able to get to One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, which I have been looking forward to. It's been on my possible TBR since January, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. I already read the first half of a chapter just to make sure that it was something I thought I was going to be in the mood for, and I definitely feel like it is. So I'm hoping to be able to get to that within this vlog as well. And yeah, it's a beautiful day outside. You can see all of the sunlight coming in through my window over here. I am rambling on now. So I am so glad that you have decided to join me for my vlog. And I am looking forward to sharing all of my thoughts on these books as the weekend goes on. See you in a bit.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, the soft touch your hand in mine gets me every time.
All right, so it is bedtime, but I am ready to read some Gideon the Ninth. No. Harrow the Ninth. How many times am I going to do that in this video? Time will tell. So I'm ready to read that. I am at 55% and it is getting super good. And I am so excited to read more tonight. I was getting really tired downstairs, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get quite a bit of reading done tonight. Hopefully. And my friend has joined me. Hey, buddy. That's a tail. Hey. Anyway, so I'll be back later tomorrow with more of an update. Good morning. It is Sunday. We spent all morning working on the yard, doing stuff in the house. So we just got some lunch and now we are headed to both of my libraries so that we can pick up some of the books that are on my TBR for this month. So pretty excited about that. See if I can actually find the books that say they're supposed to be there, and I'll be sure to take you with me.
Come on, soft, turn the key and cooler on. This a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through. Today I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun.
So I am back home now. Sean made fun of me because I said good morning in my car video, and it was definitely 1:30 in the afternoon, but it's kind of morning, you know. I've gotten so much done this weekend. It's been nice. Of course, I haven't had as much reading time as I wanted, but isn't that always how weekends seem to go? Anyway, so I thought it would be fun to do a little library haul. Got my library bag here. And these are all going to be books that are from my TBR video, so I will link that down below. You want to check that out, all books that I'm reading this month. And the first thing that I got was a copy of Harrow the Ninth, because I thought maybe I might like to finish reading this in a physical form. So reading update first, I am 75% of the way through, and people were not lying. About 60% of the way through, we started revealing a few things, and I started feeling like I knew what was going on, and that's always good, right? It's so funny because I was like, I do not know about this book. I don't know if I want to continue with this series for like the first 30%. And now I'm like, if this finishes the way I think it's going to be another 5-star read. So what a ride. I can't tell you anything about this book without spoiling it, because I feel like the entire book is a spoiler. But just know that I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to being able to do my wrap up of it later on. This paperback, just, you know, why? Why, publishers, why? Nobody needs this. We don't need a whole page of praise for the book. That's not necessary. It just makes the whole thing like weird and floppy. I am not a fan. I think they're called drop covers. Stop it. That reminds me that I've been tagged in the I'm So Annoyed book tag, which I haven't done yet because Sean wants to be in it too, like he was in my last one. So that's one of the things you can look forward to in that video. So also, I don't think anybody's ever checked this out before. It's like shiny and new, and yeah, into that. It was just sitting on the shelf. I wasn't even looking for it. The other thing I got, this is actually why I went to the library, is that I had a hold that came in, and it was The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, which I actually already finished on ebook, but I went ahead and picked it up so that I could refer to some parts of it for my review. And I am obsessed with this cover. Please, more things without dust jackets, because I hate dust jackets. They're the worst, but I prefer hardcovers because I want to be able to hold the book and have it stay open without having to break the spine, which I will never do because I am OCD and cannot bring myself to do it. So I already read this one, but this is a 5-star book, by the way. You should all read it. Then let's get into the bag. Let's see what So I got The Floating Hotel by Grace Curtis. This one is, I think, kind of cozy sci-fi found family vibes, I think is kind of the idea of that. Yeah, I was excited to find this just on the shelf at the library. And then I also got Generation Ship, which I may or may not end up reading this month, depending on how I feel, because it's kind of long, but looks like a fun, nice sci-fi read. This paperback has seen some stuff, I feel like. The library said they didn't have any copies of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but then I walked in and there were a ton of copies just sitting on a table at the front, so I don't know what the deal was with that. This is from, the library does these perennial reads, and it also has these fun bookmarks that come with it that say, if you liked this book, here are some other books that you might like. And I don't know any of these books. I've never heard of any of them. I don't think so. Let me know if you recognize any of those and you think that maybe I might like them. All right, so there's that one. And then I got Jin Waits 100 Years. This is a gothic crumbling mansion, magical realism kind of story with a really pretty cover. Again, very pretty. I got The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, which is my romance novel that I'm reading for this month. And it is hardback. And for some reason, for me, romance novels are paperbacks. I only ever read them in paperbacks. So when they had the hardback, it shocked me. I don't know why that was so shocking, but it definitely felt shocking. So I already read the first chapter of this while I was in the car, and it seems like it's going to be really cute. So I'm looking forward to reading that when I get to it. And I have one more in here, and that was The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, which is a lady pirate book that I have seen people highly, highly recommend. So again, looking forward to that. So let's see, what is going on tonight? Well, Sean is out mowing the backyard. He did the front yard this morning. I do not like that mowing season started so early this year, or general yard season. Yard stuff is not my favorite. So he's mowing the lawn right now, and then I'm gonna make some dinner, probably like I got some ground chicken and some asparagus, and I have some mint and cilantro. So I think I'm gonna make a kind of a larb riff on something like that with some rice for dinner. And then might get some reading time. I mean, I will get some reading time. The real question is, how tired am I going to be at work tomorrow? Because how late am I going to stay up? When I last was on my Kindle, it said that I had 2.5 hours left in Gideon the Ninth. So could I read 2.5 hours tonight? I certainly could. I probably will, because Sunday night, man, sleep usually not happening. Yeah, it's been a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed my little library haul that I had there. I love my library so much. So anyway, happy Sunday. I will be back later on with more of an update, and hopefully word that I have finished Harrow the Ninth and all of the mysteries have been revealed to me. At least that's what I'm hoping. Good morning. This time it's actually good morning. It is Monday morning, and I'm here to tell you I still have not finished Harrow the Ninth. This book is taking a really long time to read, and I think it's because I had to work so hard to figure out what was going on at the beginning. So this is going to take me at least twice as long as it would usually take me to read a book of this length. But I have made it to 80%, and I don't really want to go to work today. I just want to stay home and finish reading this story and find out what's going to happen. But alas, someone has to keep the cat in his very expensive prescription cat foods. So off I go to work. And then hopefully, my next update is going to be an update that I finished Harrow the Ninth. Hope it's a good day. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am here to give my final review for Harrow the Ninth. So this is the hardest book to review that I think I've ever had to review. It is so confusing for the first 60, 70%. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I started figuring it out a little bit as we got past the 50% mark. And then when you get to 70%, it just opens up and it just goes, I'm going to explain all the mysteries now. So hard to review. So I'll just tell you that I am giving it 4 stars. I ultimately felt like all of that crazy journey was worth it to get there. It did take me a really long time to read for a book of that length. That's because I kept going back and thinking, I need to read this again to make sure that I really understand it. But ultimately, I don't think I really ever understood it, and that is okay. Looking forward to the next book, where I'm sure that the author is going to confuse me even more. But it is a journey that I'm absolutely here for, so. That's my final thoughts on Harrow the Ninth. Should you read it if you read Gideon the Ninth? Maybe. I actually would recommend it. I think there's a lot of stuff that she started setting up in the first book that is paying off in the second. I'm sure that's going to continue. I think that Tamsin Moore is such a great plotter and world builder and all of those things. But just be aware that when you start this book, you're going to be real confused, because I definitely was. So that's that book. And I have also started One Dark Window, which is my second book for this vlog. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. It is the story of a girl named Elspeth who is possessed or otherwise lives with a monster or some kind of a demon inside of her. I've read 10%. So far, I am loving it. The writing is beautiful. The world building is great. I love the characters. I'm just really enjoying this one, actually a lot more than I thought I would. I'm always, is this a romantasy? I think some people categorize it as a romantasy, and romantasy and I have a complicated relationship where sometimes I like them and sometimes I think they're terribly written, so I don't. So that is my morning update on Wednesday morning. I am hoping to finish this book by Friday because I did get Leigh Bardugo's The Familiar from the library, and I want to be able to start that, probably vlog that process too. So I'll be back later with another update. Right now, I've got to go into work. Oh, I didn't mention, I am going to be off on Friday. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully I'm finishing this book today and tomorrow because I'm really into it. I'm enjoying it so much. Thank you to everyone who recommended it to me when I asked for romantasy recommendations, because it is definitely a hit. All right, guys, welcome to the end of the vlog. I am excited to announce that I have finished One Dark Window, and 5 stars. I was not expecting to love this book the way that I loved this book, but it was, step back a little. So it's a very, I would say kind of like a gothic styled romance. Romantasy and I have this very complicated relationship. There are some super popular romantasies that I tried to read and I didn't like at all. So like Your Fourth Wings, that was a no for me. But there are some romantasies that I actually really, really love. Like I know the Emily Wilde books are technically romantasies, or the Once Upon a Broken Heart books. Those are romantasies and I love all of those. But I don't like all romantasy, so I'm always super cautious going into it. But this one was wonderful. No one told me that the writing was going to be so beautiful. I thought that it was very poetic. There's actually a lot of actual poetry within the story, or verse, which I didn't actually think was that great. I don't think it was supposed to be. But the writing itself was really lovely. And I loved the love story between Raven, which is in fact spelled with a Y because fantasy. I loved the romance between Raven and Elspeth. I thought that it was very well done. I thought that they were such a cute couple and a good match. I loved Elspeth, our main character. I loved the monster that is trapped inside of her and his mysterious motivations. I just cannot wait to read the second book. So that's going to be coming up here soon. But it is now Friday, so I've been working on this vlog for a week. So we're going to close out the vlog now. I hope that you'll let me know if you've been reading anything that you've really enjoyed down in the comments. And I hope that you all have a great week, and I will see you back here later. Bye.